Hey everyone, got a few emails mostly asking the same question or one of the same questions that relate to the same thing, and that's mostly about where to find things for learning for this week. And first, I want to just remind everyone that there are two modules every week. So the first thing that's really important is knowing that you're not just clicking one link here each week, you're clicking two. So there's two that say week one, the Start Here module and the Learning module. I'm trying to separate them just so content doesn't get really confusing in one page with a lot of different content. This way you know what is content that, just skipping to week two, what is content that's going to relate to memory, what is content that's going to relate to psychological research. For this week, Start Here, Learning. Start Here, it seems like everyone's found. And I'm going to post an announcement with a direct link to both of these pages again, but it seems like everyone's found this page. So I'm not going to talk about that in detail. I'm going to talk about the learning page. So I just hit the back button in my browser. On the very top here, you can find our syllabus whenever you might need. There's a little blurb about me. I'm going to click on right here, Week 1, Part 2, Learning. The learning module is also due in week 1. Again, please remember, because we are a 7-week class, it means that we cover 2 lessons each week. It means that the class will move fast. Make sure that you don't fall behind. Make sure you keep up with this. The very first thing you should do each and every class is to click on the main page for each module. So this page right here for learning, as well as the Start Here for week 1, and read through this page. This will have all of your information for the week. So not going to talk about everything here. The first main problem was finding this page. So hopefully this screen share helps with that. One more time, if you're struggling to find these pages, on your home page, there are links right here in this toolbar. Week 1 Start Here and week 1 Part 2 are the two that are due for week 1. So all I did was click on the learning one. Make sure you read through all the content in white. The content in blue is extra tips, self-help, main navigation links. Everything here in the middle of the screen, make sure you read through. So it's an introduction to the week, and here's what's due for the week. So you have a study plan and a quiz. The study plan is where you find your textbook. A couple questions were directly about that. Where do I find my textbook? In the study plan for each module, that's your chapter for the textbook. That's how we organize the textbook chapter for the class, and it's actually really cool in that when you click through everything, it is going to look more like you're doing some web browsing. So I want to show you that really quick. So just make sure you agree to the license statement. And all of these tiles, these are things that you want to make sure that you do. The very bottom of the screen is cut off for you. This is just the quiz for when you're done with everything. You start on the top with a pretest, just basic information. These under Dive In, these in the middle of the page. Oop, I minimized it. With the blue books, that's your chapter. That's your reading. So you can see the book. That's your reading for the week. So really quickly, I'm going to click on classical conditioning. And you would just go through every single thing in here. So I'm just going to click through the very first thing. And this is the beginning of the chapter. You can see what I like about how they organize things is it's not like you're reading a textbook and there's so much content, so small in print, so concise. They organize it so it looks a little bit more like web surfing. I think they do a really good job with that. So you're going to learn about recognizing the 3 basic forms of learning: classical conditioning, operant conditioning, observational learning in the chapter. How that occurs. You're going to learn these terms. They stand for unconditioned stimulus, unconditioned response, conditioned stimulus, conditioned response. You're going to learn about all this information in this chapter. On the bottom here is just a next button. It's turning the page. And you just make sure you go through everything in the chapter, including answering any practice questions that come up. As long as you do that, as long as you're clicking on everything, completing everything, answering the questions, then you're going to end up with 100 for your study plan. This is really important. Everyone should get 100 for every single study plan. If you didn't, it's because you didn't click through everything. And you can always go back. The study plans are instantly graded. they're just graded off of completeness. Did you click through everything? If you finish reading your book, you look at your grades, you see a study plan grade and it's not 100, there's something that you didn't go through. Make sure you go through it. Always do your study plan before your quiz. For the quiz, you get 2 attempts. It always takes the higher of the 2 attempts. So make sure you take advantage of both. Unless you get 100 the first time, take advantage of both attempts. You also have a discussion that is due this week. The due dates for everything is right on the bottom here. And that'll be for every single week. You'll always have your due dates. So our discussions, I actually pushed this discussion board to Thursday for this week. So I was able to get this video out. You can watch it. So you'll see the first discussion in your calendar moved to being due on Thursday. So first post by Thursday, and then your second and third posts should both be done by Friday. Study plan due by Sunday, quiz due by Sunday. That's pretty consistent most weeks, is that I'll make the majority of the work due at the end of the week. That doesn't mean you have to wait till Sunday, though. You can do it early. You can do it anytime you want. And always take a look, please, at additional lecture content for each week. For this week, there's a PowerPoint that'll go a little bit quicker, a little bit more direct. I shouldn't say quicker, more direct into the really important terms that you're going to see in your readings. And there's a couple of YouTube videos that both of these relate to operant conditioning that can help you to see what a positive reinforcement is, what a negative reinforcement is, positive punishment, negative punishment. Make sure you review everything that's in the module each week, so that's on these pages each week, and you'll be successful in the class. Just make sure that you keep up with it. When you have questions, shoot me emails. I make these videos when I get common questions, when I get something that's just easier to show you with the screen share. So if you have questions, send me an email with them. I'll help you, whether it's recording something, meeting with you one-on-one, just answering it just through text with an email. I'll always make sure that I'm helping you to understand everything. If you haven't gone through everything, please do make sure you go through everything as a general statement for the class, especially the syllabus. Make sure you take a look, read through how you're going to be graded, etc., etc. Beyond that, that's it for me for today. If you still have questions about anything, shoot me an email. I'll get back to you. If I need to record another video, we'll do that. But I want to make sure that everyone's set up for success. I want to make sure that you understand what we're doing every week. This week is 2 different topics. Every week will be 2 topics, week 1 and week 1 part 2. Then for next week, you have a week 2 part 1, a week 2 part 2, week 3 part 1 part 2. Every week, because we are a fast-moving class, we only will run for the first half of the semester. Every week we'll be covering 2 topics, that means. So you'll have 2 main links to go through. All right? If you have questions, shoot me an email.